If you've been riding long enough, you know there's a rare breed of motorcycle that feels less like a machine and more like a loyal companion, the kind that never quits. Today, we're counting down 20 forever bikes, from bulletproof classics to modern legends, trusted by riders across the globe, tested in the harshest conditions, and proven where it matters most out on the open road. These are the motorcycles that might just be the best bargain you'll ever find for a lifetime of riding. Number 20. Harley-Davidson Sportster the Evolution platform. When the conversation turns to motorcycles that simply refuse to quit, the Harley-Davidson Sportster riding on the Evolution platform earns its spot without question. Introduced in the mid-1980s, that air-cooled Evolution V-twin is as tough as they come, straightforward to maintain, mechanically simple, and built to rack up serious miles. Well-cared-for examples regularly sail past 75,000 miles, with some proud owners logging more than 120,000. Rubber engine mounts in later models tame the vibration without stealing that unmistakable Harley character. Add in a competitive entry price, around $11,249 for a new $11,044 for used one, and you have a cruiser that blends iconic style, everyday practicality, and a reputation for going the distance. The Sportster Evolution truly defines reliable American iron, but longevity doesn't always mean evolution in performance or refinement. For riders who want the same bulletproof dependability, yet crave a smoother engine, higher rev ceiling, and a lineage that rewrote the rules for motorcycle engineering worldwide. Number 19, Honda CB750 and the CB lineage. Smooth air cooling and an ease of use that set the benchmark for decades. These machines, thanks to rock-solid construction and abundant parts. Today, the 2025 CB750 Hornet carries that legacy forward with a 755 cubic centimeter parallel twin, modern brakes with ABS, and a competitive tag around $7,999 and $10,029 for used. It is approachable, efficient, and built to last. The latest Hornet, the CB name still stands for reliability you can count on. But when the open road calls for something with more sheer presence, more long-haul muscle, and comfort baked into every mile, you start looking beyond the standard class silhouette. That's where a machine steps in with a bigger heart, a broader stance, and touring in its DNA. Number 18, Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 Voyager. For riders who want long-haul comfort and rock-solid reliability without a luxury bike price tag, the Kawasaki Vulcan 1700 Voyager delivers in spades. Since 2009, its liquid-cooled 52-degree V-twin has been turning out over 107 pound-feet of torque at just 2,750 RPM. Perfect for effortless highway cruising. Paired with a 6-speed and true overdrive, this engine is simple, durable, and built for the miles. Owners regularly see 75,000 miles or more, with many breaking the 100,000 mark through routine care. A steel frame, belt drive, and Showa suspension keep it tough, while features like cruise control, linked ABS, and integrated luggage keep it touring ready. At roughly $20,200 new, $12,275 for used, the Voyager remains a proven, value-packed touring companion. If you're enjoying this ride, hit like and subscribe so we can keep these wheels turning together. Now let's roll on to the next unstoppable machine, because there's another kind of distance a motorcycle can conquer. The kind between here and the horizon when you twist the throttle and the world blurs around you. Number 17, Suzuki Hayabusa GSXR1300. Some bikes earn a name. The Hayabusa built a legend. Since its late '99 debut, this machine has proven it can pile on mile after mile without flinching. At its heart is a 1,340 cubic centimeter inline 4, delivering smooth, relentless power while shrugging off wear that would sideline lesser engines. Riders have coaxed these motors well past 150,000 miles with nothing more exotic than regular oil changes. A twin-spar aluminum frame and fully adjustable KYB suspension keep it planted yet comfortable, while Brembo Stylema brakes add confidence. The 2025 model layers in launch control, smart cruise that survives gear shifts, and multiple ride modes, tech that enhances, not complicates. The new Hayabusa is priced between $17,000 and $19,000 and $18,000 for used. It's a rare blend of performance and proven toughness. But not every rider needs to harness warp speed to enjoy rock-solid reliability. Some want that same bulletproof confidence distilled into a lighter, more agile frame, something that thrives in city streets as much as open roads, with a playful character the big hyperbike could never quite mimic. And if you're wondering where to find a machine like that, the very next spot on our list is exactly where you'll see it. Number 16, Yamaha MT-07 with the CP2 engine. Few bikes earn bulletproof status. This one does. The Yamaha MT-07, driven by its reliable CP2 parallel twin, has close to a decade of proven durability. Owners routinely log well beyond 100,000 miles with basic upkeep. The 2025 model sharpens the formula with a lighter chassis, tuned suspension, and radially mounted front brakes, all while remaining nimble and fun. It rolls in around $8,500 to $8,600 new, while clean, recent used examples typically trade hands between $7,000 and $8,000, with some low-mileage listings dipping closer to $6,000. Proof that reliability never goes out of style. But imagine you're rolling past the city limits, the pavement crumbling beneath your tires, and the horizon hinting at mountains and dusty backroads. That's when you realize you need a bike with the same bulletproof heart, but legs built for the unbeaten path. And the next machine is exactly what you're looking for. Number 15, Honda CRF250L/CRF300L. When a motorcycle can handle morning commutes, weekend trails, and years of abuse without complaint, you know it's built right. The Honda CRF250L and CRF300L are exactly that. Dual sport workhorses trusted worldwide for toughness and low upkeep. The 250's liquid-cooled single delivers steady, manageable power, with owners racking up well over 20,000 miles on little more than routine oil and filter changes. A steel frame and Showa suspension shrug off rough roads while lightweight keeps them easy to manage. Step up to the 300 and you get more torque, sharper suspension, and the same bulletproof core. Riders praise its comfort, LED lighting, and rear switchable ABS for added control off-road. With prices from just over $4,000, these Hondas prove you don't need deep pockets for lasting quality. The CRF's reputation comes from pure function, a machine that asks for little and gives back years of service, whether it's pounding dirt trails or crawling through rush hour traffic. But some riders want those same virtues dressed in a simpler, more classic package. A bike that looks like it rolled out of the 70s but will keep ticking for decades. And if you take a few steps over to the next slot on our list, you'll see exactly what I mean. Number 14, Yamaha SR400. Some motorcycles chase trends. The Yamaha SR400 ignores them and keeps running. For over 40 years, this air-cooled single has proven that mechanical simplicity can outlast fashion and technology alike. Its 399 cubic centimeter engine makes modest power, but what it delivers is consistency. A 5-speed gearbox, dry sump lubrication, and even a classic kickstart keep the design uncomplicated and durable. Owners regularly report decades of trouble-free riding with only routine care. Weighing in at just under 385 pounds, the SR feels light and agile, perfect for relaxed city runs or weekend meanders. Braking is handled by a straightforward disc up front and drum in the rear. Reliable without unnecessary frills. With prices ranging from about $3,500 to $7,300, it's an affordable gateway into timeless reliability. The SR400 is like that old friend who never changes. Same easygoing personality, same trustworthiness, year after year. You know exactly what you're getting every time you swing a leg over. But some riders remember a different kind of loyalty. A bike that could carve mountain passes on Saturday, devour 1,000 miles by Sunday night. That's the kind of machine we're about to meet next. One that takes reliability and wraps it in a motor that just won't quit climbing. Number 13, Honda VFR800. Some bikes age, others simply gain mileage. The Honda VFR800, with its iconic V4 engine, has spent decades proving that durability can ride hand in hand with refinement. This 800 cubic centimeter power plant delivers velvet smooth thrust, a broad power band, and the kind of high rev joy that works as well on a cross-state tour as it does on a weekend backroad blast. Well-kept examples often pass 100,000 miles without a major rebuild, a testament to Honda's precision engineering. The 2025 VFR800F adds modern touches, ride-by-wire, selectable torque control, upgraded brakes, while keeping its sport touring balance intact. Brand new models hover around $11,200. Clean used ones often range from $5,000 to $8,000. It's refined, reliable, and ready for the horizon. But for some riders, the journey isn't just about refinement, it's about character. An engine that feels alive beneath you, a layout honed over generations, and true long-distance presence. That's exactly why they need the BMW coming up next. Because it delivers that signature boxer heartbeat, rock-steady stability, and a touring stance built for the big miles ahead. Number 12. BMW R-Series Boxer. When adventure riders talk about bikes that outlast the journey, the BMW R-Series Boxer is always in the conversation. From the R1200 GS to the R1250 GS, these air and liquid-cooled Boxer twins have logged hundreds of thousands of miles worldwide with minimal drama. The R12 GS carries a 1,170 cubic centimeter engine, delivering dependable torque, advanced rider aids, and off-road ready suspension. The R1250 GS adds shift cam variable valve timing for smoother power and extra punch, plus modern comforts like a TFT display and adaptive lighting. New prices hover around $23,400, while well-kept used models often land between $9,000 and $15,000. Yes, maintenance isn't cheap, but durability, versatility, and sheer staying power make these GS models legendary. I once met a guy in Patagonia who swore his BMW Boxer had been to more continents than most people visit countries. He'd patched it together with zip ties, spare bolts from a tractor, even a soda can shim, and it still kept running. But when he finally came back home, his next bike wasn't built for dirt or river crossings. He wanted something that could crush 700 miles of highway in a day, rain or shine, with the same unshakable dependability. The very next motorcycle is what gave him that road-only legend he wanted. Number 11. Yamaha FJR1300. For over 2 decades, the Yamaha FJR1300 has been the iron horse of sport touring, a machine so dependable it feels like it could outlast the rider. Its 1,298 cubic centimeter inline-4 delivers a hearty 102 pound-feet of torque at 7,000 RPM, paired with a smooth 6-speed that makes high-mile cruising effortless. A conservative redline and ceramic composite cylinder plating keep the motor running strong for well over 100,000 miles in real-world hands. The electronically adjustable suspension adapts instantly. The shaft drive means no chain fuss, and a generous 6.6-gallon tank keeps you rolling. Riders praise its ability to shrug off weather, miles, and years. New models hover around $22,000, and they're worth every cent. New models start around $18,299 before destination fees. On the US market, you'll find well-kept examples listing from about $3,499, with averages in the $8,000 to $9,000 range. If your idea of touring is crossing states without ever wondering if you'll make it home, the FJR speaks your language. But what happens when the map stops showing roads, when the pavement ends and the horizon is nothing but dust, rock, and sky? That's when you need a bike with the same stubborn reliability, but legs built for the wild. And the very next contender on our list is made for exactly that journey. Number 10. Yamaha Tenere 700. There's a reason the Yamaha Tenere 700 has earned a reputation as a bike that simply refuses to quit. Since its debut in 2019, this rally-born dual sport has proven itself at home on highways and dirt alike. Its 689 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled CP2 twin delivers smooth, controllable torque over trails and tarmac with equal confidence. A rugged chassis, new fully adjustable KYB suspension, crisp quad LED lighting, A 6.3-inch vertical TFT, ABS, and traction control all reinforce its tough yet user-friendly pedigree. Long-term owners report zero drama even after crossing continents. In the US, fresh 2025 models list for around $10,999 MSRP, with some dealers offering specials at $9,899. Well-maintained used examples often trade between $8,000 to $9,000. A solid value for a bike built to outlast most commutes and cross-country escapes. The Tenere is the kind of bike you park in the shop after 1,000 miles of dirt, and it just sits there, looking like it's daring you to point it somewhere even tougher next weekend. But then someone in the corner pipes up, "Yeah, but what if you want something with that same bulletproof rep, only lighter, cheaper, and just plain fun to throw around?" You don't have to look far. What is coming next has exactly that answer. Number 9, Suzuki SV650. The Suzuki SV650 is a legend for a reason, a bike that flat out refuses to quit. Since 1999, its ironclad V-twin has carried riders through city commutes, canyon roads, and cross-state jaunts with zero fuss. The 645 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled engine delivers smooth linear torque, and its 90-degree L configuration means minimal vibration, all wrapped up in a nimble, lightweight chassis. Reliability is simple and proven: oil changes, chain care, and the occasional fuse or battery swap. Owners routinely log tens of thousands of miles with barely a hiccup. If anything, mild issues like a voltage regulator or rusty swing arm are easily addressed. New 2025 SV650A BS models list around $8,050 MSRP, and solid used bikes range between $5,000 to $6,700. If dependable, no drama riding is what you crave, the SV delivers. But back when I first started riding, there was always that one guy in the group with an SV650. Rain, shine, long trip, short hop, didn't matter. The bike just kept showing up, humming along like it was built yesterday. But every so often, that same rider would disappear for a weekend and come back grinning, covered in dust. Turns out he had another machine in the garage, one with the same will-not-die reputation, but built to laugh at potholes, gravel, and dirt trails. The next spot on our list is exactly that kind of beast. Number 8, Honda XR650L. The Honda XR650L has been a dual-sport legend for over 3 decades, famous for its bomb-proof reliability and low-maintenance design. At its heart beats a 644 cubic centimeter, air-cooled single with a low compression ratio, happy on regular gas and tough enough for remote trails. No liquid cooling, no fragile electronics, just a carburetor, manual clutch, and simplicity you can fix in your own garage. Long travel Showa suspension and a rugged steel frame, doubling as the oil tank, comes straight from Honda's bio-winning know-how. New, it lists near $6,999. Clean used examples land between $4,800 and $6,500. Whether you're crossing deserts or cruising downtown, the XR650L earns its place as a machine that simply will not quit, ever. But sometimes you don't need a towering, big-bore thumper to chase that same spirit. Sometimes the adventure is slower, the seats a little lower, and the tires look like they belong on a tractor, in the best possible way. And coming up is where you'll meet that lovable little trail companion. Number 7, Yamaha T200. The Yamaha TW200 has earned a cult following for one reason: it simply will not quit. Powered by a 196 cubic centimeter air-cooled single, it delivers torquey, low, and mid-range pull with a simplicity that laughs at neglect. No liquid cooling, no unnecessary electronics, just a carburetor, soaked 2-valve head, and an engine counterbalancer to tame vibration. Those fat, oversized tires and low seat height give unmatched stability on gravel, sand, and rough back roads, making it as friendly for beginners as it is fun for seasoned riders. Brand new, you're looking at roughly $4,699 to $4,999. Used machines run $3,200 to $5,000. From city errands to trail loops, the TW200 remains a small, sturdy, unstoppable dual sport legend. But what happens when you take that same dependability and stretch its legs for bigger adventures? Picture a motorcycle with the same unfussy nature, yet tuned for longer days, higher speeds, and more varied terrain. Our countdown's next chapter is where that evolution comes to life. Number 6, Honda CB500X. The Honda CB500X is proof that versatility and reliability can live in perfect balance. Its 471 cubic centimeter, liquid-cooled parallel twin delivers smooth, steady power that's easy on new riders, yet satisfying for veterans. Honda wisely kept the engine under stress, pairing it with a 6-speed gearbox for decades of dependable service. A lightweight diamond frame, compliant front forks, and a ProLink rear shock give it comfort on pavement and composure on gravel. Well-kept examples often roll past 100,000 miles without drama. Brand new, it runs about $8,500. Clean used bikes often range from $5,200 to just over $7,000. From weekday commuting to weekend exploring, the CB500X is a long-haul partner that simply refuses to quit. But for riders who want to turn up the volume on distance, comfort, and long-term ownership without leaving that bulletproof reliability behind, there's a machine that's been a benchmark in the middleweight adventure class for years. You'll find it waiting for you in the very next spot on our list. Number 5, Suzuki V-Strom 650. If there's one bike that's earned the Just Won't Die badge, it's Suzuki's V-Strom 650. This middleweight adventure machine is a masterclass in dependable engineering, delivering mile after mile without breaking a sweat. Its 645 cubic centimeter V-twin isn't about screaming revs. It's about smooth, steady power, rock-solid fuel economy, and a relaxed riding nature that feels just as at home on a cross-country tour as it does on your daily commute. Suzuki's advanced traction control and low RPM assist make it forgiving, while the lightweight chassis and plush suspension keep long days comfortable. Owners regularly see well over 100,000 miles with little more than routine service. That's not marketing, it's lived experience. And here's the kicker. A brand new V-Strom lands right around $10,999 out the door. Or if you prefer a bike that's already running its traveling gear, clean used examples often go for roughly $6,000 to $7,000. Affordable, versatile, and famously easy to maintain, the V-Strom 650 isn't just a motorcycle, it's the two-wheel definition of buy it once, ride it forever. I've seen it parked outside hostels in South America with plates from halfway across the world, their owners swapping stories over maps, the bikes outside ticking quietly as they cooled from another long day. But every so often, one of those riders would lean in and say, if I really wanted to go anywhere, no matter what the road or lack of road looked like, I'd take something even simpler. And the bike he is recommending is what is just waiting for us next. Number 4, Suzuki DR650. Some bikes talk tough. The DR650 proves it. Suzuki's dual sport legend has been conquering dirt trails, back roads, and endless highways for decades, often racking up 60 to 100,000 miles without flinching. Its 644 cubic centimeter air and oil-cooled single cylinder isn't flashy, but it's a torque-rich workhorse. With minimal electronics and mechanical simplicity, there's less to break, easier fixes on the road, and total rider confidence no matter how far from home you are. The steel semi-double cradle frame adds durability, while its relatively lightweight keeps it nimble off-road. Sure, the suspension is basic and there's no ABS, but those are small trade-offs for bulletproof dependability. Affordable new or used, it runs about $7,199 for new, solid used examples around $3,000. The DR650 is the kind of motorcycle you buy once, ride anywhere, and keep for life. If you're after a bike that'll cross deserts, climb fire roads, and still get you home on the highway, the DR600 is hard to beat. It's simple, it's tough, and it's proven. And here's where it gets interesting. Some riders want that same go-anywhere grit with a little more comfort, longer range, and a few touring tricks baked in. You're going to like what's parked just one spot up the list. Number 3, Kawasaki KLR 650. For over 4 decades, the Kawasaki KLR 650 has been the go-to dual sport for riders who value one thing above all: trust. This is the motorcycle you take when failure simply isn't an option. Its 652 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled, fuel-injected single pumps out a steady 48 horsepower with torque tuned for highway cruising and trail crawling alike. Simple mechanics keep maintenance low, while owners regularly report engines lasting well past 100,000 miles. With a 6-gallon tank delivering more than 230 miles per fill and a relaxed riding position built for the long haul, the KLR thrives on extended journeys. It may weigh in at over 400 pounds wet, but stability and durability come standard. The beauty? You do not have to sell the farm to own one. Fresh from the showroom floor, a KLR starts in the ballpark of $7,200. And with a little patience, you can scoop up well-loved veteran for as little as $3,000. The kind of machine that has already proven it can cross continents without complaint. The KLR 650 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a survival tool on 2 wheels. I've crossed state lines on the KLR with nothing but a tent, a map, and a stubborn streak. It'll get you anywhere, no matter how rough the path. But sometimes the journey calls for a different kind of endurance, one where the miles melt away in comfort and the bike feels more like a trusted armchair on wheels. Flip to the next page of the trip log, and you'll find the machine that redefined long-distance luxury. Number 2, Honda Goldwing, the GL series. Some touring bikes chase trends. The Honda Goldwing defines them. For over 50 years, this flat-six legend has been the gold standard for comfort, reliability, and mile-eating capability. Riders trust it because it simply does not quit. The 2025 Goldwing carries an 1,833 cubic centimeter flat-six that delivers about 125 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. Smooth, quiet, and deceptively quick, it's paired with either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic for effortless travel. At just over 800 pounds, it's far from light, but its balanced chassis, twin wishbone front end, and Pro-Link rear suspension make it ride with poise few rivals can match. Tour, sport, econ, and rain modes adapt the bike's character to any road or weather, while Honda's bulletproof engineering means this machine shrugs off hundreds of thousands of miles. New prices start around $25,200, with top-spec Tour DCT models cresting $33,500. Used examples range from under $9,000 for older, high-mileage units to the mid-20s for late-model gems. The Goldwing isn't just a motorcycle, it's a lifetime riding partner. It is a touring throne, a rolling testament to what happens when engineering meets luxury. But if the Goldwing is the king of the open road, the next bike is the people's champion. It's the machine that has carried farmers, students, shopkeepers, and adventurers across decades, continents, and generations. And this legend? It doesn't just win by lasting longer, it wins because it outnumbers everything else on 2 wheels. Number 1, Honda Super Cub. If there's one motorcycle that defines so reliable they just won't die, it's the Honda Super Cub. 6 decades in continuous production, over 1 million units sold, 100 million built, and a reputation so strong it's practically folklore. This is the bike that made the world fall in love with motorcycling, and it's still doing it today. The 2025 Super Cub C125 runs a fuel-injected, air-cooled 124 cubic centimeter single, making about 10 horsepower through a clutchless 4-speed. Simple, durable, built to run for decades with little more than fresh oil and the occasional tire. It sips fuel, often topping 120 miles from its 1-gallon tank, and at roughly 245 pounds, it's light enough for anyone to handle. A strong tubular steel frame, telescopic forks, twin shocks, and dependable ABS brakes keep it solid. Add LED lighting, a smart key system, and a classic step-through design, and you have a machine that blends timeless style with modern ease. Brand new, it lists from $3,899. Clean used examples often run $2,000 to $4,000. This is motorcycling's ultimate forever bike, one you can pass down, still running, to the next generation. That's our list. Click the video here for your next ride and subscribe to stay on the line for more road-tested legends. The journey isn't over.